Hi there, everybody. My name is Jonathan Glassman. I'm an independent and franchise owner, like everybody else on the call, and also a Motives Cosmetics senior consultant. Tonight I'm going to do basically not a deep dive back office training, but I'm going to go through the different tabs in the back office and give everybody a chance to see what is there. Now, basically, I'm going to start going through our back office at unfranchise.com. When you first log in, you're going to see basically a couple of main panels. You'll have your alerts panel, and depending what's been going on, you could have almost no messages there, or you could have quite. This is a place that you should always go ahead and take a look at the first time you log in, and I do recommend that you visit unfranchise.com every day. One type of alert that you can get would be a PC reorder. So the PC reorder is going to basically happen usually about a month after someone places their order, and it's going to give you the opportunity to send them a system-generated email to suggest that they reorder. So when people have placed orders from you before, especially for health and nutrition, you're going to get the opportunity to send them the system-generated email. Also, you'll get a notice when a preferred customer of yours enrolls in auto ship. So I had someone that did that, so this is telling me that they did and on what date they did. Another kind of warning you can get is if someone completes the NutriPhysical on your shop.com site. And that actually, if you say view more, it'll tell you the preferred customer's ID. Interestingly, it doesn't have a link here to go and see their NutriPhysical results, but there is a way to do that through the back office as well. And I'll probably see that in a couple of minutes. Downline distributor, you'll get a notice like that if someone that you sponsored misses a transfer by or has their credit card doesn't go through for some reason. I'm not going to actually show that, so I'm not going to shame that person. Then auto pass-through orders is going to tell you if a customer placed an order. You can basically go in here and it takes you to your tracking summary, which I'm going to hit on in a couple of minutes anyway. And when your annual renewal. So that's just a few of the types of alerts. There's quite a few others, but this is a pretty good assortment. Always look there, you'll find important things. Down here we have the new products. It always lets you see what the newest products that came out are. And sale products, if there's something on sale. Quite often this is products that are being discontinued. A lot of times you'll see some Lauren's Jewels promotions there too. Or sometimes we'll have offers for products that are close to expiration or that are mislabeled, so they'll make them available for distributors only. You have your event ticket purchase window. And another important section is the unfranchised news. Almost every week, sometimes every couple of days, there's news that comes out from corporate, and this is a very good place to follow it. You can get these news alerts in a couple of different languages, and depending where you've opened centers, you can get the news for those different centers too. So if you open in the UK, you can find out what's happening UK-wise. Now, sorry for that. Something that a lot of people aren't aware of is that your homepage is configurable using this edit dashboard link. And there's a couple of these dashboard elements that are very important and very useful tools. One of them is the purge report warning. Annual renewal notice, maybe a little bit less important, but once you have a team established, it'll tell you who else is coming up for their annual renewals. There is a widget tutorial to teach you how to use it. You can order from your homepage if you want to. Then you also have your unfranchised owner qualification, which I haven't really used that one. And one of my favorites, they have BV and IBV sales volume. The BV sales volume is one of my favorite reports. So you can add and remove these elements. from your homepage. The BV sales volume requirement, I love to leave it on the homepage just because when it's there, every time you log in, you can see what are your volumes on your left leg and your right leg. It's configurable, so you can add other business partners to it as well. And actually, this annual renewal is more useful than I even knew because it tells me who's coming up for their annual renewal on my team. So that's pretty cool. Make sure that I know who is coming up for a renewal and I can touch base with them and follow up with them to make sure that everything's okay for their renewal to go through. Again, the purge warning I was telling you about, that's going to tell you who hasn't completed their Form 1000 if you go to the full report, and that way you can contact those people and help them through the process or just remind them that their Form 1000 is due. So that's it for the homepage and the dashboard. The next one is going to be the account section. And under my account, we have some very important sections. You have your credit card admin screen here. And this is where you can enter the credit cards that you're going to use. And it's strongly recommended that you configure a primary and a secondary card for your transfer buy and for your auto renewal. What happens with your transfer buy is that on the first day when the transfer buy is due, they're going to try the first card in the list for you. If for some reason it doesn't go through, the next day they're going to try the second card in the list. I'm sorry, the second day they'll try the first card again. And then on the third day, they'll try your second card. So that way you have 3 chances for your transfer buy to go through, and it'll try 2 different cards. If you only have 1 card listed, then you're going to lose opportunity. Typically, if something was wrong with the first card, it's probably going to be wrong again with the second card. I'm sorry, it'll probably be wrong again the second time they try it. So it's beneficial to have 2. And the same thing for your auto renewal. If your auto renewal doesn't go through automatically, then you have to send those papers in manually. And it's just a lot safer to just put in the right cards and let it go through by itself the first time. Another thing under account settings is your checking account admin. This is where you can type in your checking account info. And that's important because when we get paid, they pay us by direct deposit. So having your checking account information entered in your back office is important for getting paid. It used to be that they issued checks, but now they've gone to direct deposit only. Also under my settings, you can change your password. You have your distributor profile. You can go in here, change your name, address, email account, things like that. Direct deposit, again, this is where you're going to put your account information. So I guess actually the checking account admin screen in the beginning is what you'd use for your transfer buy, and then the screen down below is what you'll use for direct deposits of your commission when commission is due. Credit on account is where you can find out how much retail profit you've earned. And then when you're placing orders, you can apply that retail profit to your orders to reduce the amount of the orders. My preference myself is that I always pay for the orders separately, and then I ask for a credit on account whenever the amount is at a nice amount where I'd like a check. I do that because for me, that's better for accounting purposes. I'm not really going to cover available vouchers or email notifications, but email notifications, actually, I'll touch that really quick. This is where you manage what things you get emails for. Spend some time yourself and just look at that on your own time. Each of them has a description of what it is. So take a little bit of time on your own there. Power profile is going to take you to the list of everybody's power profiles. I guess another thing that's important under account settings is the auto renewal. And this is where you opt in for renewing your business and enter your credit card information. Like I said, that's very important to do, so make sure you hit that. Also, under my account, we have the website admin screen. This is where you can set up all of your different websites and configure what information shows up on them. So we have basically, your shop.com site. You can upload a picture of yourself. You can determine what information is going to display on your site to your end customer. You also have the ability here to turn on or off the free shipping program. And I do recommend that you leave free shipping on. That is the default. When free shipping is on, it means that your customers who place an order for $99 or below can pay $5 for shipping and handling. And if they place an order over $100, it allows them, over $99, it allows them to get free shipping. It's been found through many, many studies that free and reduced shipping will result in customers placing a lot more orders. If you don't have this program enabled, then the shipping and handling is going to be a minimum of $7.50 for your customer, or 7.5% of their order. And when that happens, a lot more people abandon their shopping cart. So I do recommend that you leave that enabled. Going back here, this is where you can also configure all of your other websites. All these websites are included in your distributorship. I'm not going to really cover the custom mini websites, but you also do get a custom mini website for the U.S., one for Mexico, and one for Canada if you've registered in the U.S. And this is where you can go and create those sites. You get to pick the style of the site, the look and feel of it, what products are on it, and you get to pick from some predetermined domains as well. Actually, how to configure them would be a whole other training, so I'm not going to deep dive into that right now. You can register domains here. Take some time on your own. Look at subscriptions as well. Look at the Gold Alliance tab if you have gold and wanted to sell it to the Gold Alliance. iTransact is a company that Market America partners with that will allow you to also take American Express and Discover cards. And there's some other benefits of iTransact. And so go ahead, though, in your own back office, you can click on iTransact and you can study what's here and determine if iTransact is something that makes sense for you, or talk to the person, your senior partner, and ask them for their opinions on it. Market America credit card. You can get a Market America credit card issued to you, and if you use the Market America credit card, it'll give you 1% IBV on all of your purchases, so that can help you to earn some IBV checks. Pat Live gives you 1-800 services and answering service, so you can subscribe to that if you like as well. The online forms section is also an important kind of section. At tax time, you can go here to get your Form 1099 to take to your accountant, or for your own purposes if you do your own taxes. And very important form is the Form 1000. Our Form 1000 is due every 3 months. It's a quarterly requirement of us in our business. And the Form 1000 is, in order to qualify for the Form 1000, this is where we basically select our 001 center. Mine's already been done, so I can't really show you how to do it. Maybe I'll do another training on that with a junior partner who needs theirs done. But the important thing for you to complete your Form 1000 when it's due is that you have to have at least 2 receipts, and those 2 receipts have to total at least $200 together. Now, of that $200, 70% of it has to be a receipt to your consumer, to your customers, and the other 30% or $60 can be a receipt that you created for yourself, or a receipt from an order that you made yourself. And these are of Market America branded products, these receipts. They're not from partner stores. If you have quite a lot of customers that are placing orders, then your Form 1000 will auto-complete at the end of the day. Whatever day you've met the requirement and have at least 2 receipts, it'll auto-complete for you. So you won't have to manually do that. Now, if you haven't had people placing orders through your website, then when it's due at the end of 3 months, you will have to go in and complete some receipts manually. And I will go over that when I'm going over the My Customer section. Basically, though, when this auto completes or when you complete it yourself, you're going to pick your O01 center in the drop-down here. And then as you open other centers, you'll have to complete a Form 1000 for them one time, but quarterly for your Form 1000 for your O01. And then you basically will pick at least 2 receipts that total $200 together, click Assign Selected. It'll ask you to say, yes, this is the truth, and then you should be good to go. If you've completed Nutrimetrics training, you'll also have access to a lot of the Nutrimetrics sections of the site. I did take that training, but I didn't renew at the end of 2 years, so most of that's not accessible to me. If you're working with Motives Cosmetics and you've had any pro artists assigned to your team, you can go in here to the pro artist screen and you can see a list of who your pro artists are. You can see their sales volume and how much BV was generated by them. If you have any teenagers that are interested in the Motives in Me teen program, this is where you can go to create an account for one of their teenagers. The program's open for teens from 13 to 18, and that's actually less than 18, so through their 18th birthday. And they get their own Motives Cosmetics website. They can sell products and earn the retail profit. And the benefit to you as an unfranchised owner of having a teen in the teen program is that you'll still earn the BV from their customer or their customers' orders. If you have your own web center, this is where you'll access your web center. For folks that have, well, you can subscribe to the TLS Slim website here. As an unfranchised owner, I believe it's $695. For our customers, it's $995 or $999 a month, something like that. And then My TLS, that's actually going to take you to the website. That would let you log into your website. If you have customers that have a TLS site and you have one yourself, then you'll be able to act as their coach. And when you're logged in, it'll give you access to see their status reports and things. If you have more questions about TLS, there's some webinars about it on meeton.com, or you can attend the TLS training series. MA Capital Resources is our financial GPS that is available that we can sell to our customers. There's a lot of other separate trainings on that too. A very, very important section on the site under my account is the BV and IBV placement. This is basically an important section because this is where you go to determine where your BV will be placed and your IBV when your customers place an order. So like here, I can see on my BV report that I was at 4275 on my left, and I'm at 4652 on my right. So if I wanted to have the BV from my next orders applied to my left side, then I have to use that form to determine which of my junior partners who's on transfer by and which of my junior partners that's on transfer by that I want to assign my BV to. So I can apply my BV to myself, or I can assign it to my junior partners. And this is where you basically decide. So right now, because I have more volume on my left side, on my right side, I've decided to apply the BV to this distributor who's on my left side. You can put this between multiple distributors. So if I was kind of even, then I can assign volume to someone on my 003 side, and I can assign volume to someone on my 002 side, and I could put their distributor ID. Or I can put my distributor ID, whatever it is. Or if I wanted to kind of push someone towards a check, I could put it between even the same person's left and right side. So you can do this basically for placement. We have that for IBV and BV. So those are kind of some important ones. Also, when people place orders from our partner stores, you'll get email notification that says that you have some IBV to place. And that email will have a link, but if you just were in your back office, you can come here too, and it'll tell you what orders you have IBV to place. International, this is where you'll go to log in if you have opened any international centers, or to create your IRC placement, which is if you open in the UK. There's whole other webinars and trainings on opening internationally. I'm not going to cover that in the back office tour, but this is where you'd go. It tells you the countries that you're doing business in, and then it lets you log into their own franchise site. So it's basically the easy way to get to the other portals. On franchise, well, Market UK, they haven't updated to the new UI yet, you can see. That kind of covers the My Accounts tab. Now, I covered this all, actually. We also have My Services. I went through it. Going to go now to the My Customers section. The Open Orders section here, I have it grayed out to cover it. Basically, if you have iTransact and your customers have placed orders, then you'll get an email saying that you have orders from your customers, and you have to decide if you want Market America to fulfill those orders or if you want to fulfill those orders out of your own inventory. So this is where you do that. That's tied to iTransact. Customer status basically lets you go in and you can pick what country you have and get a customer list, or you can pick your customer list here and find out information on that customer. It'll allow you to pick which quarter and see what that customer has ordered in any given quarter or in all times. I don't want to actually get into there right now, but feel free to go into your own back office and look under status. Now, in your back office, you can also create new preferred customer accounts. It seems when you look at the menu that you would do that under new customers, but that's not actually the case. If you want to create a new customer account in your back office, you click on customer profile. You can go in here and you can go to their profile of people that already are your customer. But the important thing is this grayed out button that says create new PC. It's kind of grayed out, makes you think that that means you can't click on it, but in fact you can. And this is how you would create a new preferred customer in your back office. The important fields to fill out here are basically all under the customer information section. If you know that this customer, that you always want their BV, no matter when they order, to always go to a specific place, then you can set the distributor ID of that person and which leg of theirs that you want the volume applied to. I have not had a reason to use this. I don't recommend setting that by default. Maybe you might do that if perhaps your customer came through a friend of yours and then the friend ended up registering for the business. You can make sure that that because that person is your business partner, that their customers, the other person that is your customer but knew them, and that maybe you could just say, give the volume from this person to Teresa because that person I wouldn't have known if not for her. But I haven't had to use it, so that hasn't actually happened to me. The important part is the required fields of their first name, their last name. If you know they speak another language and prefer that, you could put a language preference. But you just really, in this section, need their first and last name. And then you have to have their address, their complete mailing address, and a phone number. It's not necessary to have your customer's email address to create an account for them. And in many cases, like if I have a coworker or something who orders from me and they don't even use a computer, or I've had a few people that have called me up and said, you know, I don't use my computer, but I'd like to place an order through you. Then I can create their account without an email address. The drawback of creating their account without an email address is that they can never log into their account. So that account's not useful to them if they wanted to log in on shop.com and place an order themselves. So it's always preferable to have an email address on file for them, because if you put their email address, then you're going to get a screen that says congratulations on creating your account, and you can email them that so that they'll know they have an account and what the default password is. The other sections here for spouse, children, pets, and income, that's good. It's good if you know that stuff and you wanted to track that here, but none of it's necessary for creating an account. If you know someone loves a certain product, maybe make a note here. I usually don't use these other sections though. I just put in the required info, but I do click under product interests. If someone came in through my Motives site or made a Motives purchase, then I might hit cosmetics and personal care. If someone bought health and nutrition products, I might hit health and nutrition. So I do use that section, and I'm not sure corporate might use that too for sending them emails that are related to what we said they're interested in. Going back to my customers, I mentioned before on the homepage, on the dashboard, that I had a customer that updated their NutraPhysical. So under here, under my customers NutraPhysical, that's when you can see who your customers are that took the NutraPhysical, and you can go in and you can view their results of their NutraPhysical. So like this woman took her NutraPhysical today, which is why I had that notice. I can go see the results, and then I can email them and say, thank you for completing the NutraPhysical. You know, and if you have any questions about your results, please let me know. And then if you actually have their phone number and you're talking to them, you can see what products were recommended for them, and you can make some recommendations based on that. You know, once you have some product knowledge, if you had to pick between this and this, then I'd recommend that one. Or this is really great for this reason. It's not going to show you the answers to their questions. So when someone takes the NutraPhysical, it's kind of confidential what their answers were to the questions. But this results is what was recommended for them. Now, I mentioned under the Form 1000 that we do have to create sales receipts sometimes. If you sell some products out of inventory, then you're going to want to complete a sales receipt to record that happened. And the sales receipts that you create here can be applied to your Form 1000. So I'm just going to make something up to just show you really quickly how to create a sales receipt. So it doesn't really matter who I pick, I guess, but I'm going to pick myself just to show you how. So you pick whatever the preferred customer is that you want, and it'll show their information. Then you hit continue. Then this is kind of just like shopping. If you know a product code, that they might have ordered, you can just type the code and it's going to add that to their receipt. If you didn't know the code, you can search for a product by name. So, and it has a nice drop down to help you find the one that you wanted. So maybe do a quick search here. Maybe I bought 2 of that. So basically, you can go in here, you can see what our cost was, you can see what the suggested retail is. Maybe it was a family member and you gave it to them at cost. Or maybe you gave it for $23 because you wanted them to at least pay the shipping. Or if it's your parents, you might have given it away to them, but then you wouldn't really be creating a receipt here. Or you would just tell the system that you did if it was for Form 1000 purposes, but don't tell anyone I told you that. All right, so once you've added the products that the customer ordered, then you can go to the next screen. You're going to verify their name and address, pick the order date. If you were basically creating a receipt from things that were in your transfer buy, make sure that you pick an order date that was after the transfer buy. You don't want to say you sold something before you actually bought it. That just wouldn't be too good to do. You can enter in here if you charge them for shipping, how much sales tax, if you charge them an admin fee. Then you're going to hit continue. This doesn't make the receipt yet. We have the final screen here. You can send them an email, the customer an email. If they bought from you in person and you're just doing this for bookkeeping purposes, you can remove their email address and just click submit to Form 1000, and it won't send them an email. But if you left their email address here and click to email them, it'll send them a receipt. I'm not going to submit this right now because I just made that up and it's not true at all. But this sales receipt entry is very important at Form 1000 time especially, or any time that you sold stuff. Easy registration here is just going to show you if someone does easy register on your website, on your shop.com site, this is what the different emails and messages are that they get. Take some time on your own and visit that later. Another important section on the site is the coupon admin. Back in August, they came out with these coupon codes, and this is where you can turn the coupon code on and off, and where you can determine if it is on your shop.com site only or on your Motive site or both. So basically, the coupon code here is 10 off MA. Customers who visit the site when the code is active will get 10% off on their order. So that's something that you can use for promotions and just tell people, hey, I'm having an end of the month promotion, or my team has a challenge and whoever sells the most products this week can win a prize. So I'm offering this promotion to get people, to help people to make orders. So you can turn this on or off. I know, and you can set when the start and end dates are for it. I know some other unfranchised owners that they turn them on and off all the time and tie it to specific promotions, and the code works when they have it on and doesn't when they have it off. For me personally, I just leave it on all the time and let people take advantage of 10% off if they know about the code. Other people are out there promoting the codes, and I just feel that it's better that way. If someone was my customer and sees someone else promoting the code, I want the code to work for my customers too, just so I don't have people that are confused. My little cat is trying to walk on my keyboard now and get attention. It's the bad time, little girl. She likes to come and sit on my keyboard and just say, hey, pay attention now. All right, so skincare analysis is where you can go to see the results of your customers who have taken the skincare analysis on our Motives Cosmetics site. If you don't know about the skincare analysis, It's on your site under Learn Skincare Analysis, and your customers can go there, answer some questions about their skin, and it'll make some recommendations of products for them. So just like you had the nutraphysical results, you have the skincare analysis results here too. So for any of those customers, you can basically go in here, click the results. It's not going to show you, again, their answers to their questions, but it is going to show you the products that got recommended for them. That customer will have gotten email that has links to the product. Sadly, the skincare analysis results for us don't have hyperlinks either. But one thing I like to do on the nutraphysical results or on the skincare analysis results is to go on shop.com and create a trend shop for the customer. And then I can send them a link and say, you know, thank you for taking the skincare analysis. I've created this trend shop to make it easy for you to find the products that got recommended for you. So usually if they recommend a kit, they'll show the kit together, and then they'll also show the individual components. So it makes it easy for the person to buy all of them together or to pick just the ones they're interested in. NPO estimator, I'll leave that for, you can go look at that. But we do have an NPO program, and this helps you to come up with the estimates for the nonprofit organization of if they have this number of members and those people are buying this number of products, here's how much the NPO can make. There's some separate trainings on NPO. I'm not going to get into that very deeply any more than I have. The next tab that I'm going to cover here is the My Organization tab. We have the Sign Up Wizard. This is where you basically would go to register a new partner in your back office. This is if you're doing the work to register them. If someone has started the process and maybe you lost your internet connection or something, you can resume where you left off. Or for me, this came in use when I was registering a business partner, and that business partner I didn't prepare them properly that they needed a Visa or MasterCard, and they only had an Amex. So we had to stop the process and then come back the next day. So they would have been listed under incomplete signups. But assuming they have everything they need, you come in here, you can pick what country the person is in, pick how they're registering as an individual, a corporation, or a partnership, put in their placement of where you want to place them, which extension. So, you know, if you know the person's ID at the bottom of your 003, then you can say that they're 003 right. Or you put the ID of the person on your left at the bottom, 002 left. Or you can use the tool here to see your graphic genealogy by saying View Report, and it'll take you in. You can view the report right here without leaving this page. And you can scroll in, you can click down and find the next person and the next person all the way to the bottom. The required fields, if the person that you're registering as a new distributor was a preferred customer already, you can go and pick them out of your drop-down. Otherwise, required fields are first name, last name. You do have to put their gender, their birth date. In the U.S., their social security number. If they were in Canada, it would be their tax ID number for Canada. And different countries will have their equivalent numbers. Pick their preferred languages, what language they want for their subscription kit. You need at least the primary phone number. You need their email and confirm their email. If it's a husband and wife, you would put the spouse's name here and their social security number as well. And, of course, you need their mailing address and their shipping address. And then you agree and submit. I'm not going to go through the entire process, that would be a whole other training. There are several other steps after that, and then the person gets an email welcoming them to Market America. Then the first time that they log in or you log in with them, there are several other steps. So that is a topic for another presentation. But this is the beginning of how to register a new a new partner. Let me go back to unfranchise. Another way, the sign-up wizard is when you have the person's information and you're going to create the account for them. There's another way to invite someone to Partner Now. This is after you've gone over the business plan with people. They've seen everything there is to do. You can send them an invitation. You pick your preferred customer that's already there if you want, put their name and email address. You can customize the message that you send them, and they'll get an email that says, thanks for choosing to Partner Now. Click this link to complete your registration. Of these two ways to register a partner, my preference is to use the sign-up wizard because it gives me more control over them completing the process. But sometimes you'll get people that really don't want to provide you their social security number, or they're scared of giving you their credit card for some reason. I haven't found that to be a problem very much, but if someone has those sorts of concerns and just doesn't want to give you info, you can send them the invite to Partner Now. Personally, I found that people are less likely to complete the process if you leave it up to them. For one reason or another, sometimes they just flake out, or they'll get to the screen about signing up for UFMS, or they'll abandon at placing their order, even if you've told them and gone over the costs and commitments. Sometimes they just lose it right there. So now if someone does use the Partner Now invitation, then you'll get an email once they've completed their application and their order that tells you that they're waiting for placement. So if there's an incomplete sign-up, that would happen if someone didn't finish. They might have filled out their application, so they're in the system, but maybe they didn't have a credit card or they didn't complete that order. So they'll be listed in your incomplete sign-up drop-down. And you can use that drop-down and you can send them another email, system-generated email saying, hey, go finish. Or if someone completed their application, UFMS, and placed their order for their Fast Start Kit or their starter kit, then they'll be in waiting for placement. So you pick them, and then you can see who was just recently placed as well. The reports section, there's a lot of important reports here. We could do a whole other training on all the different reports, but you'll see there's a drop-down that lists what all of them are. And on the main page, it gives you a description of what those reports are as well. You should spend time exploring the reports and seeing what's in each of the reports, reading what they're about, studying them, and especially early on, you'll want to do that. And not just one time. Several days in a row or once a week, go through and review what the different reports are that are available to you. One of the very, very, very important ones that I mentioned when we were back on the homepage, we have the purge warning notice here. And you can get the details through management reports for that, as well as you could click the link that was on the homepage. The new component on the homepage, if you turn on that in your dashboard, it makes it really quick to access it. So at that point, you didn't need to get to it through management, but it didn't used to be available that way. Preferred customer report is also something that is really good to do from time to time. you can actually have them send you an email, and they'll send you a list of all your preferred customers, or you can look at sales by customers, find out which are your inactive customers. You can check out auto ship settings for your different customers, see who canceled auto ship. You can't hurt anything in the report section, so just spend time and go explore that on your own time. Another important section on the site is the download section. When you've registered your business, you did receive an MP4 player. Depending how long you've been a distributor or a franchise owner, like for me, the player had 134 audios on it. I know a friend of mine that has been in the business for a while just ordered a new audio player because the old one he didn't like, and he said that now they're up to 180 or so different audios. But even what's on your MP4 player, there's so many more that are available to you. You can come in here. There's some hot picks. These are some newer audios that they're suggesting. And you can go back, though, to Leadership School, to all these different international conventions and world conferences, and you can find all these audios like, oh, here's all these audios from the 2014 International Convention. And you can download them right here, and you can add them to iTunes, put them on your phone, whatever it is, however you listen to MP3s, you can go and get them here. And it's not just the World Conference and international conventions that there's all these audios from. You can also find a bunch more on motives, on Nutrimetrics, about paid to shop. You can listen to audios from JR. You can find audios about prospecting and recruiting. I mean, look how many there are just on prospecting and recruiting. A couple of dozen different audios. Shop.com, retailing. You can learn about TLS. You can learn about web centers and your web portals and MA Capital Resources. General ones, attitude and knowledge. Spend time here. Whatever you're interested in learning about, there's audios here that you can go and download. And it's for free. It's included in your distributorship. There's no extra cost for training. A lot of companies charge you for all the different trainings. Market America gives you the trainings for free, so take advantage of that. Once you've added something to download, it'll show up under My Downloads as well, once you've downloaded it before. In addition to all these audio training downloads, we also have the download support materials. Again, spend time here and just explore yourself. There's downloads for administration, which includes if your annual renewal didn't go through automatically, there's annual renewal forms. If you have a business and you're selling like a salon or something, and you're selling products out of your salon and you don't want the company to keep sales tax when you place orders, to pay it on your behalf because you're going to take care of that when customers buy from you in your place of business. You can print out the sales tax agreement here. You can send that into corporate and they won't hold the sales tax for you. Also, you'll save the admin fee that gets charged to you when you place orders, because that admin fee is tied to the reporting of sales tax from the company. UFMS agreement, if for some reason you weren't on UFMS, you can print that out. There's lots of different forms here. Check that out. For the challenges that are coming up, here's where you can find out what the challenge requirements are and print the forms out so that you can participate in challenges. Your career manual is here. Under corporate information, that's not what I expected there. But poke around in there. Under sales aids, you can get the annual report. There's all kinds of posters and flyers for different products. and for different brands, tons and tons of them. If you're talking to someone maybe that has a maintenance company, you can print all the snap flyers and in a notebook when you go talk to them. That's really useful. For people that are focusing in skincare, there's dozens and dozens of posters, flyers, postcards, FAQs, ingredient lists, all kinds of good stuff here. So definitely spend time and explore this area too. You can access the old versions of Unfranchised Magazine. Under training, there's actually some other audios listed here. Lots of good stuff there. Also, we have the Help and Training tab. Your career manual is also available here. Very important section to become familiar with is the NMTSS, or National Meeting, Training, and Seminar System. I'm not going to deep dive in that, but really quickly, this is where you can find out what trainings are happening near you or in any state if you're talking to someone that's not near you about the business. I like to do my reports for 3 months, but you can do them for 1 month, 6, or even 12. I like to go for 3 months so people can plan a little bit farther out, but if you do 6 months, the training might not be available yet anyway. You can pick what country you're looking at. You can say, oh, someone in New York is looking. Actually, uncheck your previous settings. It will remember what you looked at before. So use uncheck all if you want to just clear it. So maybe I had a prospect that I'm talking to who's in New York, and I want to find out what local seminars they can go to, and maybe they're interested in TLS. So I'll look for some TLS training. I have a lot of motives folks, so I'm always doing a list of what motives trainings there are. Pick your English, pick your language, then you can click search. And now I can see that for people in New York, here's all the TLS trainings that are happening, and here's the local seminars. And that way I can plug them into the training near them. Not just for people that you're talking to, this is important for plugging yourself into trainings as well. There are some required trainings from the company. One of them is the new Unfranchise Owner training, and one of them is the Basic 5 training. You can take them in person by looking them up in NMTSS and finding out when they're happening near you in person, or if you're willing to travel to them. But they're available here as well online for only $5. So you can go into the course catalog and pick the training that you want to take, and you can order the course for $5. That way you can take it over 1 or more days. You can take your time with it. You don't have to take it all in one sitting. So I recommend taking them online if there's not one near you, or even to review it at any time. These other links are off-site links. Go ahead and explore these websites on your personal time. MA Events is marketamericaevents.com site. I'm not going to explore it with you, but I'll just show you the site. There are sections for all the different types of trainings and in all the different regions, and you can find out about the different trainings for the different universities that Market America offers here. So that's Market America Events. Unfranchised training, if you're not familiar with this site, is where you can go to get all of the presentations from all the different trainings that the company has to offer. So for us in the United States, we click on the first tab for Market America, and you can download your Getting Started guide. You can go into, take some time on your own here, but for all the different divisions, you can find different presentations. Like here's a motives overview PowerPoint, Lumi A to V presentations, all these different presentations in different sections. For business fundamentals area, you can download the new unfranchised training PowerPoint. You can download the Basic 5 PowerPoint. All the different presentations are there for you to download and study them if you're going to the class and wanted to use them to study, or perhaps just to refresh yourself, or if you wanted to do a presentation for health and nutrition or a presentation for motives, there's downloads there. Going back under help and training, the contact us corporate info screen is where you get the phone numbers for the different departments of Market America. Market America blog, where you can see what's going on. You'll get emails for this too if you subscribe to them. You'll get emails all the time when there's new blog posts. And Unfranchised Meet On, if you're not familiar with it, the company has a lot of stuff on YouTube, but they have tons and tons of additional trainings that happen on Meet On. Some of these are free. Some of them have a small fee. As an unfranchised owner, you can just bank account. So you'll want to do that. And you could spend days watching all these trainings. But whatever you're interested in, there's channels. In the company, there's channels that are related to it, or people, if you just wanted to watch things from one person. Somehow I missed ordering in my outline, but I do want to go to the ordering section of Unfranchised really quick and go over that. So we have the order product screen. This is where you'll go to place orders yourself, for yourself, or if you wanted to place an order for a preferred customer. I showed you how to create receipts before. That's if you sold something out of inventory. But if you just wanted to place an order, like maybe for your parent or for yourself or whoever it is, you can basically go here. If you know the code, enter the code and the number. Like if I knew that code, I can just add it now. It's going to add it up here to my cart. If I didn't know the code, maybe I wanted the new neck cream. I can type neck cream, and it'll take me there. I can add that to my cart. Now here, it'll show you what's in your cart. You could check out, or you could view the cart and make changes to it. If you know that's the right things, then you hit continue. Whoops. So when it's time to check out, you can pick who it's shipping to, or if it's for a preferred customer, you can pick them in the drop-down. And this is very much the same as our own checkout process on shop.com at that point. One important part, though, when we're placing an order through our back office is the BV placement screen. So I'm not going to complete this order, but I want to show you this very important part of the checkout process. So if I'm placing this order, it has 78.5 BV. And I want to pick where that BV is going to be assigned. A lot of people, this is the first error they make when they place their orders, when they've registered their business, is they'll see their distributor ID, extension 001, and they'll just say, oh, let me put that volume there. Other than your transfer by, you do not want to place volume on your 001 center, because if you place the volume on your 001 center, then you're not going to earn a commission on it. You won't get paid on it. So you want to actually place your volume on your 002 or 003, depending where you need it. And to do that, you copy your distributor ID from here, and then you can paste it down below. So you don't want to put the volume on your 001. Maybe I wanted to put 38 on one side. And notice when I type 38 and it goes to the green checkbox, it tells me how much is left to assign. So now there's 40.5. If I mess up and I just said 40, it's going to tell me there's still 0.5. So until this says 0, it's not going to let me do it. So here, I'll put the extra 0.5 here. That way, also, once you have a team, you can put the team members' distributor ID here. So I can place my volume from my orders deep in my organization. So I'll look at my org chart and I'll find out the distributor ID of somebody who is on transfer by and who's working their business, and I'll assign the volume down to them. That way it's going to pay everyone from that person all the way back up, and I still get the volume anyway. So it's a great way to help your team, to help them reach checks, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it. Then once you've assigned the BV, hit continue, and it's going to take you to the next to last screen. On this screen, you pick what shipping you want. If you have a balance on your account, you can pay with that balance on account. Personally, like I mentioned before, I prefer to not use my credit on account and just ask them to send me a check. And that way my accounting's a little bit better. Here's where you'll be able to manage what credit cards. So you can pick a credit card from the drop-down once you've added it here. Or because we have the the checking account admin screen, if you entered your checking account back up under the my distributorship area, you could actually click here and you can let it actually come out of your checking account. I'm not going to place this order because it's fake. So that's how to place an order for yourself or through a for a customer through the back office. Something else that to really quickly touch on is order tracking. You'll get an email whenever a customer places an order and you're through one of your websites. If you want to find out more about the order or the customer, you can go here under order tracking. Something important, sometimes you'll get emails from someone asking, where their order is, has it shipped. You can go in to the order, click on order number, scroll down, and it's going to show you the invoice, the shipping date, and it's going to give you the tracking info. Like this is by the Postal Service, United States Postal Service. You can click on that link, and sometimes it actually keeps the tracking for you, but not all the time. You might have to paste the code, at least they tell you what it is. And then I can see that this person's order left Greensboro, it's 2-day mail, it's expected to be delivered tomorrow. That way I can report back to them and let them know when their order is going to be delivered. If something was on back order, you'll see multiple invoice shipping infos. It'll stack them and it'll show that something was on back order. And then you'll see more than one. So sometimes you'll have multiple tracking for a single customer for their same order if they had to break it up for some reason. Real quick, another important thing is the transfer by screen. This is where you configure your transfer by. Talk to the person that sponsored you for specific questions about order dates or if you should change that. If it's set in for automatically, it's best to just leave that, but there are some reasons you may or may not change it or have changed it. For everything in your transfer by, when you're a new and franchise owner, the requirement is 50 BV per month. And there's a 10 IBV requirement per month if you're participating in the IBV compensation plan as well. I do suggest that you do because you can earn additional checks for IBV. Let me take a drink really quick. For everything over the requirement, so like for me, because I've completed the full commission cycle, my requirement is 150 BV. So you can see here, my transfer buy is set up for 156.5. So there's an extra 6.5. Or my IBV requirement is 10, so there's an extra 12 IBV. This section up here for excess tells where that extra volume is going to go. So I can basically say for that extra 6.5 BV on my order, it's going to get assigned here. For the extra 12 IBV from my transfer buy, it's going to get assigned to my 003. And actually, I'm looking at this now and realizing that I should change that to one of my junior partners further down in my organization and let them get the benefit of that BV and IBV as well. I'm not going to do that right now, though. You can delete items by checking it and clicking update. It'll remove items. And then you can add items by either their code and quantity or by doing a search for them, whether it's Mocha Tonics or whatever it is. So you can add them. Be careful, that you're adding the right version of something, because maybe I wanted Mocha Tonics, but I didn't want the IBV version. If I added this by accident, I would get the IBV version. So you can click next, and then maybe you have to click it even twice. For me to get the Mocha canister in chocolate flavored, I actually had to click it twice, but then I could add that to transfer buy. Once you have the right products in here, another very, very important thing. Hold on, the cat's on me again. Another very, very important thing is you have to have UFMS in your transfer buy. You should never remove UFMS from your transfer buy. It's required that you have UFMS in order for you to continue to accrue BV and IBV from month to month. Also, without having, if you don't have UFMS, then a lot of the different screens aren't going to be available to you in your back office. You won't be able to do a lot of the reports or access a lot of sections of the site. Make sure your shipping address, what credit card you want it to come out of. Again, you can manage your cards here. You could pay it out of your checking account instead of a credit card if you have that entered. And something that a lot of people make a mistake on too is they get their transfer buy looking exactly how they want it, and then they think they're done. There is an important final step though. If I change my transfer buy and then I leave this page, it's not saved, and I'm going to get whatever was in there before. So once you have what you want in here, you have to scroll to the very bottom. You have to click on I've read and understand the agreement, and then click on Submit Order. You have to see this, thank you for your submission. If you don't see this, then it's very likely that your transfer buy did not get saved and is what it used to be before. So make sure to go to the bottom, click that you agree, and then click Submit. I'm not going to cover custom cocktails here or GeneSnip, but you can talk to the person that sponsored you to learn more about that. UFMS sign up is part of when you register your business. It's one of the steps it's one of the steps of registering, but if you didn't initially sign up for UFMS, you can sign up for it here. And MyList, take some time. You should actually do the Home Advisor, and you should do the Shopping Advisor to learn more about what products the company has in all the different categories that you can replace our products for the ones you're already buying in your house. This is the key to our business. It's one of the most important things about building a strong team where everyone's earning money is that you change your buying habits. And going through the Shopping Advisor here is going to help you learn what products you can substitute, whether it's going to go through all the different rooms in the house. So in the kitchen, what products are you using? In your bathrooms, what are you using? In the laundry room. So you should go through this, learn more about our products. There's whole trainings on the Shopping Advisor and Shopping Annuity, so I'm not going to cover that on this one either. That basically covers everything that I wanted to cover today. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone, so if you have questions, I can answer your questions.